Something else that I wanted to talk about quite a bit lately, and I think it's relevant more now than ever, especially with the audits going on right now. Gavin Newsom's recall going through the same thing as what Barack Obama had to do in about, 2008-ish, when he admitted flat out that signature matches were very instrumental in making him a junior senator from Illinois who ended up not really voting on anything, but found himself whisked away to the White House to fuck up the country for 8 years. But what do we got here? 2008 flashback. CNN says Obama won his Senate primary by tossing ballots without matching signatures. You don't say. You don't say. Say it ain't so, Barry. I had so much hope and faith in you. You even had that beautiful Soviet-era style poster that had hope at the bottom, and then you immediately did fuck all for the next 8 years, besides bomb brown kids out of existence and allow drugs and illegal activity to happen at the southern border and allow Boston kids to be blown up. Anyways, no, you did nothing. No, you were a great president who had a scandal-free administration. At least that's what you tell everybody. Back in 2008, CNN wrote a glowing piece on Obama's first Senate run. They harkened back to several years back when a young, fresh-faced Illinois Senate candidate named Barack Hussein Obama, small print on the Hussein part, was running for his first seat. And get this one, CNN called it hardball when Obama used election rules to win his primary. Which election rules are that? Well, during his Senate race, Obama beat his primary opponent by getting ballots tossed out that did not have matching signatures. According to the 2008 CNN piece, Obama was just playing bare knuckles in his fight to win, playing hardball and using election rules to make sure that everything was on the up and up. It's amazing what Democrats can get away with. CNN actually celebrated Obama for the move. However, today President Trump is vilified by CNN, for trying to do the exact same thing his predecessor did in order to, just get a junior senator seat from Illinois. It's not the same. It's exactly the fucking same. Stop it with your smooth brain takes. Straight from the CNN article, Senator Barack Obama showed he was willing to use bare knuckle tactics during his first race in Chicago. It may take a Solomon-like decision to appease both candidates. Clinton has argued that the primary results of two of the other nation's largest states should count because otherwise millions of voters are being disenfranchised, something that she has continued to bark up the tree for out in the woods of Chappaqua for the past 4 years now. So thanks, Obama. Obama has said he is willing to work out some compromise, but he is insistent that the primary results are invalid because two states failed to follow primary rules and that the rules are the rules. God, how very racist of him. The DNC has not seated the Florida and Michigan delegates because two states violated party edicts in holding their primaries early. Interesting. Nothing about timing came up in the previous presidential election, now did it? No. Anything neither candidate campaigned in the two states. Clinton won about 50% of the Florida vote compared with 33% for Obama. She won 55% of the vote in Michigan, where Obama's name was not on the ballot in a first race for office, seeking a Senate seat on Chicago's gritty South Side in 1996. Obama effectively used election rules to eliminate his Democratic competition. And here's where we get to the drum roll. As a community organizer, he had helped register thousands of voters, but when it came time for run for office, he employed Chicago's rules to invalidate the voting petition signatures of 3 of his challengers. Yeah, sucks to suck. I think it was only, him and 2 other people that were left on the ballot? Our media is shameless, and their motives and agendas are so obvious. Right now, media jackals led by traitors over at Fox News are not only deciding elections for the American people, but they are trying to dictate how the process will play out. And just peering over at the Western Journal, a Chicago Times article published in April 2007 tells the unflattering truth. Tribune reporters David Jackson and Ray Long, who probably didn't kill themselves, wrote that rather than winning the race by leveling the playing field, Obama won by clearing it. Jackson and Long described the events unfolding in the 13th District of Illinois in the summer of '95. Christ, what was I doing in 1995? Not even going to kindergarten yet. After then, U.S. Representative Mel Reynolds, a Democrat, was convicted of sex crimes, a special election was called to fill his congressional seat. Just going to show that Illinois has been fucked for a very long time, and a little bit too much if you're Mel Reynolds. The Illinois state senator at the time, Alice Palmer, decided to run for Reynolds' seat in Congress. A special Democratic primary election was scheduled for March 96 to fill her Senate seat, and after speaking with Palmer, Obama joined the race. In an interview with Jackson and Long in their 2007 article, Palmer admitted that Obama had asked her whether she wanted to keep her options open and file to run for her state Senate seat and fall back in case her congressional bid failed. Palmer told Obama she wasn't going to run. They also spoke to Obama, who shared what he had said to Palmer at the time. Once I announced I have started to raise money and gather supporters, hire staff, and opened up an office, signed a lease, then it was going to be very difficult for me to step down. She gave me a repeated assurance that she was in a congressional race to stay. Palmer lost her bid for Reynolds' seat and decided to run in the primary for her state Senate seat. To get on the ballot, Palmer needed to file nominating petitions signed by at least 757 district voters, and the December 18th deadline was just days away. The Tribune reported Palmer met the deadline, and so did several other candidates. And that's where Barry steps in with his politics that he learned in Chicago. He might have been born and raised in Hawaii, but he learned his political savvy in the streets of Chicago. Told Jackson and Long that Palmer had asked him to drop his bid, and considering their conversation in the summer of 95, he was understandably quite angry. He said, "I am disappointed that she decided to go back on her word to me." On January 2nd, 1996, according to Jackson and Long, operatives, for Barack Obama filed into a barren hearing room on the Chicago Board of Election Commissioners. Obama and his lawyers and his team began a tedious process of challenging hundreds of signatures on the nominating petition of State Senator Alice Palmer. And they kept challenging petitions until every one of Obama's 4 Democratic primary rivals was forced off the ballot. Yes, you heard that right. Obama kept bitching and moaning until he got his 4 other challengers disqualified because signatures didn't match. It's fucking weird, right? You wonder why the Democrats during the previous election cycle were so fervent about not checking signatures. Oh, did they not give a shit about voting machines? Fucking check them for as long as you want to. We don't care. We'll even give you the fucking physical ballots. You can go ahead and run those. Nothing to see here. Don't worry about that. You want to look at signature cards? Go fuck yourself. It's our democracy and you're undermining it. I will not stand for this stuff because they know nothing that Obama and his team did was illegal. Of course not. Of course not. One by one, they challenged each signature that his opponents had gathered, as they were entitled to do. The Chicago Board of Election Commissioners worked with Obama's campaign through that slow, painstaking process. Obama took advantage of the legal process and that was available to him, and he was able to eliminate all 4 of his competitors. Yeah, shouldn't have signed up heroin addicts and drunks, and maybe they could have been able to match their signatures that they had on file. Jackson and Long did not indicate how long it took to go through several thousand signatures, but only one can imagine. All of this was a primary election for a state Senate seat. Why then has Obama become one of Trump's most vocal critics as he pursues his legal processes available to him? Oh, because he knows how the system works, and he knows that if he just takes a look at signatures, even if they're legitimate or not, okay, there's enough there. There's a certain margin, it's a popularly titled margin. That if you wanted to do something funny, say something that happened in Chicago and in Illinois in general, and say, around a 1960 presidential election, something that happened there that needed to occur, and a certain presidential candidate might have employed the help of the mafia in order to accomplish said goal. Yeah, something like that might have happened before. It needed to be able to cross that threshold, and maybe a couple of little fucking goofy looking signatures might be able to pass, somebody just tallying up a ballot. But you know what, if somebody's going to be looking at it and being like, hey, that sign that looks nothing like the William that is perfectly signed here on the card we have on record. So you got to be able to reconcile that, Barry, and he knows that a little bit all too well. That's why whenever you see, there was an audit already confirmed and everything was already done perfectly. Yeah, there's been no signature matches in any of these audits so far. Not the one in Maricopa County, not the one that happened in Georgia back in November or December, whenever the fuck it was. Those were just recounts, okay? In Maricopa County, that was basically the gist of that one. The balls of that one, it was mostly a chain of custody sort of gimmick, okay? And everything else, if there was an audit, there was no signatures to be matched there because Democrats lobbied successfully to get signature matches disregarded. That's why they were originally supposed to be on the Maricopa County audit, okay? But they ended up settling and getting rid of the signature check, just proving that they have a specific understanding of the legal process of this. What is legally available? That's why they smear all the audits as undermining our democracy, because they know how our democracy works, and our democracy looks a lot like a third world shithole. Speaking of third world shitholes, we got one that has rose up very, very high, in fact, into the Colorado mountains, and has fallen flat on its face for very, very, very obvious reasons. So that was interesting. This entire Obama gimmick, I've heard stories about it, but finally taking the time to go in and research it. Boy, it's fun, and I'm glad I got to be able to share that with you guys, and now we can laugh at some communists if you'd like to stick around. I thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.